Hey, what's going on? Haven't made a video in a while. Definitely a worthy video to make. I was tagged by Piperdork to talk about Halloween, and yes, it is my favorite holiday. And just like Piper, it is my Christmas. So there's some questions here, and we'll go through them. The first question: your favorite Halloween song? I don't have any songs specifically about Halloween that are my favorite, but I do have music I listen to around Halloween. I don't know if that's what the question is asking. I listen to a lot of Misfits when Halloween's coming up, and mostly Danzig Misfits, not the reformed Misfits, and especially not the Misfits that reformed again just to make money, basically, with just the bass player as the original member. I do like that American Psycho album by the Misfits, but I mostly like Glenn Danzig as the front man for the Misfits. Mostly because most of their songs are about horror movies, and they do have songs about Halloween, but I don't have a specific favorite song by them. But I definitely like to listen to them around Halloween. I mean, I've been doing that since I was about 14 or 15. They're about as goth as you can get without actually being that kind of music. Also, recently, I've been listening to the Creep Show soundtrack and the Day of the Dead soundtrack. There's a guy online who has both records, like the LPs of the soundtrack. He puts it on YouTube. Um, that'll come up in another video where I show off what we're doing for our Halloween setup. That's gonna be my next video, but we haven't got all the stuff ready for it yet. But that's part of my Halloween setup. I'm gonna be playing the Creep Show and Day of the Dead soundtrack like non-stop during Halloween. All right, question number two: witch or vampire? Definitely witch because I'm getting so sick of vampires lately. Same reason as Piper. It's been overdone so much. Witches are a little more mysterious, and I mean it's creepier to me. Witches are creepier. Um, yeah, that's all I can say about that one. Favorite thing about Halloween? I guess there's so many things I like about it. Uh, Probably the ability to lose yourself in whatever costume or mask you're wearing, stuff like that. You can act silly. No one's gonna judge you. Uh, let's see what else. The fact that stuff that's macabre any other time of the year is acceptable. Free candy and being drunk and having a good time. Horror movies, horror movie marathons. I don't have cable anymore, so I guess it doesn't matter. But I can still, you know, watch movie marathons and stuff like that if I want to. Um, the fact that it's just a good thing to do before it gets too cold out. Now that I said that, now that I live in Georgia, it doesn't even get that cold. But when I lived in the north, it was the last good thing to do before the weather got really shitty. Number four, Halloween party or scary movie marathon. I I don't know. I guess both, to be honest with you. We don't really socialize a lot. We don't have a lot of friends down here. We have had our own Halloween party with my brother-in-law and his girlfriend, and I also love scary movie marathons. That's both things are equally good. Actually, I'm more leaning towards Halloween Party, but just because now that we have a little bit of money and we can actually save up and budget for Halloween, we actually have some pretty awesome Halloween get-togethers or parties, if you want to call them that. Skeletons or zombies? Skeletons. I'm so sick of zombies at this point. I actually, there was a church around here. They send out these like mass flyers for all their stupid events, and they had like this Walking Dead thing, like trying to capitalize on Walking Dead. So you'd be like, oh, what's this? And it's actually just about Jesus. So at this point, it's been done. I'm sick of the zombie stuff. Especially sick of Walking Dead and stuff like that. I'm not into it. I like cheesier horror movies. I don't like serious horror movies as much. And when they try to make scary zombie movies, like ultra scary and stupid shit like that, I'm not into it. Favorite Halloween candy? It's probably Reese's Peanut Butter Cups or Kit Kats. I mean, I remember going trick-or-treating and like getting a shitload of Kit Kats. It's really the only time I used to eat them because no other time of the year I actually need to buy them because I'll get so many Kit Kats in my bag that I'd be satisfied with them for the rest of the year. Other than that, for candy, I mean, I'm pretty. As you can see, I'm not too discerning on sugary items to eat. It's been a problem my whole life, but yeah, Reese's Peanut Butter Cups probably the best thing. Favorite Halloween movie? I don't really have a Halloween movie per se that I like to watch. I know Trick or Treat was pretty good, but definitely not one of my favorites. Also, Halloween is a good movie, not one of my favorites either, though. Specifically about Halloween, I really don't have a movie, but movies I like to watch around Halloween, probably Friday the 13th, any kind of shitty horror movie I usually am into. I like to watch old Dario Argento movies every once in a while. He is okay. Some of his movies are just too shitty. I can't sit through a bunch of them, but Deep Red and Suspiria are movies I like to watch by him. As far as other horror movies, Creepshow. I think I mentioned the soundtrack earlier. I love Creepshow and Dawn of the Dead, Day of the Dead, stuff like that. I know that's not that interesting, but that's what I like. Favorite Halloween costume? That's kind of hard. Last year I went as Marty McFly Jr. and a few people were actually into it, and that was probably my most successful costume to this point. But my favorite costume of all time, let's see, I'm trying to think thinking back, I was never too creative with Halloween costumes. I used to just take my glasses off and put a mask on. And in 2 years, I was Michael Myers. It's just a nice, creepy costume. I was Jason for a couple of years just because that was my favorite movie back in the day. For that, I would say I was Dale Gribble in 2013. No one got it, but I thought that was an awesome costume. But my favorite costume is probably Jason from Friday the 13th. I had the whole blue work shirt kind of overall mechanic outfit or whatever he wears. That was the first time I really applied myself for a Halloween costume. Had the knife, had the mask. I mean, for someone who was like 10 years old, that's pretty much good effort for a Halloween costume. Favorite Halloween store? I don't have one specifically, but every Halloween we find some like one of those temporary Halloween stores where you can buy stuff. Usually it's a bit expensive, but it's worth the price for me now. I used to go to Dollar Tree in New York, and they used to have a shitload of stuff for Halloween. Since I moved to Georgia, the Dollar Tree around here doesn't have anything that good, so I can't really say that's the best store. But a lot of these party stores and like those temporary kind of stores, I like those the best. I usually don't buy too much. We buy like more like accessories and stuff like that. But yeah, if I have to go to one of those places, I'd rather go to the specific store. Jack-o'-lanterns, yes or no? Definitely yes. We have some that are just already like made out of plastic and they light up. I'm not like a purist. I don't care either way, as long as you see a pumpkin around someone's house. That looks good to me. Bats or black cats. More of a cat fan, so black cats. I have a black cat. Well, black and white. But yeah, I like cats way better than bats. Halloween, your favorite holiday? Yes, it is. We prepare more for Halloween than Christmas any day. For Halloween, because it's more fun to me than Christmas. I don't care about Christmas whatsoever. Every time it's Christmas, society has to like, if whatever job you have, it's like, oh, it's Christmas time, we gotta do all this, we gotta do all that, we gotta make sure this is done by this time. It's so stupid. It's just one time of the year. You have to rearrange everything at work and then rearrange everything in your life. Oh, I'm coming for Christmas, blah blah blah, I gotta go here for Christmas and do all this and do all that. I'd rather celebrate a holiday where I can chill out and do whatever I want, be myself, and not have to deal with anybody. That's the best part about Halloween, not having to deal with anybody. And where I am right now, I'm about an hour and a half away from Savannah. So what we're going to do this year is we're going to have a little party the day before. And then hand out candy on Halloween, and then go to Savannah right after that. And Savannah on Halloween is fucking awesome. There's like drunk people in costumes like running around and stuff. Mostly people who are like me are in Savannah for Halloween, so that's pretty awesome. Pumpkin spice latte or hot chocolate? I don't even know if I've ever had a latte in my life, so I'm gonna say hot chocolate. Yeah, I'm not a huge coffee drinker. But yeah, to sum everything up, Halloween is my favorite time of the year. It's the least judgmental holiday there is. Celebrating horror and like the macabre. The weather's perfect. Oh, in Georgia, the weather's definitely perfect. I remember it being freezing cold in New York and Rhode Island. But yeah, Halloween, this is my favorite time of year. In my next video, you will see my complete Halloween setup, which it might even be a longer video than this because we're going to have so much stuff that I'm going to show off. And especially outside, I'm going to have a bunch of stuff outside going on. So that'll be cool. And we're going to be the family or the house that has full-size candy. And that might be a good thing, might be a horrible thing, because it means people mob our house in the neighborhood. But we'll see what happens. We're gonna be the people who have full size candy, and like that Bill Burr bit about Halloween. Like he's gonna have full size candy bars, and someone will be like, "Who does that?" But that's us. So, all right. Thanks for watching, and have a great day.